Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Thomas. Welcome back to the channel for another video. Today's video is kicking off a new series about design tools that I use in my day-to-day workflows as a user experience and user interface designer. I have 5 of them for you here today. Make sure you catch the last one because it is my absolute favorite, and let's dig in. All right, first tool we're gonna look at here today, which I use a lot in my day-to-day workflows, is Kuler from Adobe. You spell this K-U-L-E-R. If you just look it up, Google it, here's the address up here. You can see how to get to it. This tool is quite helpful. I use it for finding new color palettes, finding new color inspirations, recording my color inspirations, and just general overall ideas about designs that I'm working on. So this tool has quite a few different options in it and different smaller tools and even some games and stuff. And we'll burn through some of these real quick. I don't want to spend too long on each tool here. This one is the Create page or the Create tab. And in here, you can just modify your colors here and see how it shifts on the hue level, which is nice because you can get some complementary colors here, and you can come in here and set different options like complementary, split complementary, shades, whatever you want. I tend to use the Explore panel the most. This one is nice because you can come in here and put in a hex color or something like lime green, and then this will give you all the different options around lime green, different shades of lime green, how it applies to different palettes, some ideas with some mixtures that you can add to your lime greens to make them complementary and look nice together. So this tends to be the tab that I use most with this tool just because it helps get some different color inspirations for me going on. You can also get into the Trends tab here, and what this does is allows you to look at trends by industry. So you've got fashion here, graphic design, interaction, and you're able to dig into these more by clicking on the View More tab and see additional options for industries. My libraries, I'm not going to show that because I'm not logged in here. This allows you to save your color palettes and your inspirations here and access them later. And then they've also got, a switch theme here, which is nice. I always appreciate this with applications to allow you to switch between dark and light mode. I'm a big fan of dark mode, so I switch that whenever I can, easier on the eyes. And then kind of interesting, I don't know why they threw this in here, but also have like a Simon Says thing where you can watch the patterns and click on things and then play a game here. So kind of interesting. Overall though, the Explore tab is just what I get the most use out of. This is just a great place to put in words or put in hex codes, whatever you want, get ideas and color inspiration for your next project. Next tool here is Matcherator by FontSquirrel. I use this one a lot as well. It helps you identify fonts that you might find across the web, on other design sites, on any website in the entire world. It allows you to basically upload an image here. What you can do is just come in here, screenshot a piece of text or however you need to get this image, and then you can just drag this onto the upload image. And it allows you to crop out the area that is relevant. So if you have a bunch of other stuff on the image, you can do that. Hit Matcherate it. And what that does is it brings up the closest matches that it can find to your font. These are all very similar to the font I use on my site. I actually use Molde or Mold Bold for that specific image. This shows a bunch of different ones that match, so you can usually get pretty close and find the one that works for you, and then either purchase it or go download it on a free site, wherever it is. Pretty cool tool. Next tool in the stack here is Remove.bg, and sorry for all the light on my face. This is another reason that I like the dark mode options on things. Real simple toggle up here would allow this to be not so harsh on my eyes, but anyway. Good tool. Remove.bg just allows you to take the background real quickly off of any image. Of course, you can always do this in Photoshop or Pixelmator or any of the other tools. This is just a much quicker way to do it without having to sit there and erase pixel by pixel. So I have an image here of a snap that I just took out on one of my recent YouTube videos. And what you can do here is just drop it on. This is another piece of UI I always like when they have just drag it anywhere on the screen. Nice big image, shows the user that there's something going on here. But you drop it on, cuts it out. That's it. Then you're able to download the image and that will allow you to have the background removed. Pretty sweet, pretty quick. And it does a good job for the most part. Sometimes depending on how well you stand off the background, you might not get a perfect separation, but you can always take this into another tool like Photoshop and delete those extra pixels. Fourth tool in the stack is going to be the NounProject. And this is a great resource for iconography that you can use on your next project. It comes in SVG, PNG, really flexible as far as the format options, and it works with quite a bit of different apps as well. This is a fairly cheap service. I think I paid like 20 bucks a year for it, so not too much out of pocket. And what it allows you to do is basically just drag and drop into your next project. So I have it in the background here, and I just searched for sign, for example. We're gonna search for dog. It gives you a variety. There's hundreds and hundreds of different options, and you can just drag and drop directly into your project. Scalable asset, it's not gonna lose quality. You can change color on this. Super nice and super flexible. Last tool in the set is Angle Mockups, another bright white website. But if you go to angle.sh, you can see this in action. You can see the pricing, $79 a year, so a little bit pricey, but it's a one-time fee, so that's nice. I've been doing their purchase option for about 3 versions now. I think they're on version 3, and I've been with them since the beginning because it's just a really flexible set of tools that you can use to do things like this. So you're able to overlay your mockups or your wireframes, whatever image you want, onto a device or a laptop or an iPad. Just helps your designs come to life, look a little more real. You can also use them in things like your portfolio. So here on my Behance portfolio, this is a really old project, but I use these devices to kind of just show off the work a little more, make it look a little more real. So what you get when you purchase Angle Mockups is essentially a folder of different devices. So you can see here, there's a wide range of Apple devices, Google devices, Samsung devices, and what they look like is something like this. So this is the iPad 1. This is their clay model version, which is just a lot cleaner. There's not a lot of the silver borders. It's just meant to be very simple and clean. I tend to use these a lot more when I'm using this product, but they also have the standard iPad. So here you can see this is more of your traditional iPad with the silver border around it. Just a nice blank screen here that you can put your image on top of and make it look more real. So for example, if we go into the iPhone 11 Pro, you have all these different options here to choose from. Different angles, different setups. They all have background shadows, which makes them look nice and real. So I took this device here, took one of the 11 Pro models, and you just take a screenshot, you create an artboard for it, and then you select the screen that you want to overlay on top of. And this is the great part about Angle Mockups is it comes with plugins for all this different software that allows you to do this without having to actually skew it yourself or make it look real. You just do Command /, puts it right on top of the device, and there you go. Now you can use this in your next project. You can see how this would be extremely useful for your next mockup, your next wireframe, or presenting your portfolio. Thanks for joining me here today, and hopefully you enjoyed the first video in this series. There will be more to come. I will keep adding on to this as time goes on, so looking forward to those next ones. If you did get value, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe, and also hit the bell if you want to be notified of future videos just like this one. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on the next video.